What's going on, nation? Today's video is going to be all about 6 tips to force stubborn muscles to grow. Now, like I talked about in my million subscriber video, I'm going to be releasing a lot more tip videos to help give you guys that extra edge when you're in the gym. But if you haven't turned on notifications yet to make sure you get notified as soon as I upload a video, you're going to want to make sure you do that. If you're on your computer, just go to my homepage on YouTube, go under the channel art on the top, and you'll see a button that looks like a gear. Click on that to turn on notifications. If you're on your phone, just scroll down a little bit and to the right of the subscribe button, you'll see a little bell symbol. Just turn that on and you'll be able to get notifications as soon as I upload a video. And with that being said, let's get started. Now, we all have a group of muscles that we think don't look as big as they should, whether it's your traps or your calves or uneven arms, whatever the case might be. And the easiest scapegoat most people use is that they have bad genetics. Now, while genetics will play a role in the shape of your muscles, I believe that no matter what kind of genetics you have, you can always improve if you train hard and focus on the right things. So if you're looking for ideas on how to grow your lagging body parts, here are some things that you should try. Number 1, train your stubborn muscles more frequently. I would say that the majority of people who go to the gym to build muscle usually train with a bodybuilding split that takes about 4 to 5 days to target every muscle group. And what this results in is that you're only training each body part once a week, and if you have a lagging body part, you're basically missing out on multiple growth periods during the week that you could be using to really focus on lagging areas. On average, our muscles take only 48 to 72 hours to recover from a workout, which means that in 2 to 3 days, they're ready to be worked again. Now, what I want you to do is pick one muscle group that you feel is lagging, or maybe you just want to train it harder for more growth, and start training it twice a week for the next 6 to 8 weeks. So for example, if your chest is not growing as much as you want it to, try rearranging your program so that you're training your chest on Monday and then again on Thursday. Now, I actually have a full program to build a 3D chest on bodybuilding.com that I will link to in the info section below. And it comes with a training schedule as well as both workouts so you can get right to work. I'm also about 99% ready to film the next installment in that series on how to build 3D shoulders, which will be available on YouTube, so make sure you guys turn on your notifications to make sure you don't miss it or any other videos I release ever again. And one last thing, guys, after 6 to 8 weeks of training a lagging body part twice a week, switch to a different body part you would like to improve and just keep this going for as long as you need to. Number 2. Change your training technique for your stubborn muscle group. Now, this should be pretty obvious, guys. If you have been training with the same technique for an extended period of time and are not seeing progress, then clearly you need to try something new. Now, this doesn't mean the exercises you are doing are wrong. It just means that maybe you're not utilizing them the best way to see the kind of muscle growth that you're looking for. And with that being said, let's go over some different training techniques that you can try to force some stubborn muscle growth. The first technique we should look at is whether or not you're using high volume or heavy weight during training. As we discussed in previous videos, your muscles are made of fibers, and you can have a higher ratio of fast twitch or a higher ratio of slow twitch muscle fibers. Depending on your makeup, you will get more results either training with heavy weights and low reps or with high volume workouts. If you want to know the details, you can check out this video. The bottom line is, if you're lifting heavy with low reps and not seeing the results you expect, you should switch and incorporate more volume, which means more reps and sets. And vice versa, guys. If you're doing high volume workouts and not growing, switch to heavy weights with lower reps. Another technique you can try, whether training with heavy weight or high volume, is supersets. Now, a superset is when you perform 2 exercises in a row without stopping. That means you take 0 rest between the 2 exercises and only rest once both are complete. If you are not used to this type of endurance intensity, you might find yourself running out of gas pretty quick, but after a couple of weeks, you will learn to love them. Now, a superset can be utilized a few different ways. You can choose to combine 2 exercises targeting the same muscle group or 2 exercises targeting different muscle groups. But because the goal of this video is to help you improve a lagging body part, you would better benefit from using supersets to target the same muscle group. So for example, if you're trying to grow your biceps, you would want to use a superset like this. Start off with 8 to 10 repetitions of alternating dumbbell curls, and as soon as you complete those reps, you're going to immediately grab a straight bar and perform 8 to 10 repetitions of wide grip barbell curls. Once both exercises are complete, you will rest for 90 seconds and then begin your next set, completing 3 to 4 sets in total. Some other common techniques used to really focus on isolating muscle groups for growth are pyramid sets, drop sets, which I like to call burn sets, and FST7. Now, pyramid sets are when you increase the weight and decrease the rep range with each passing set. For example, if you were to train your chest, you might start with 12 reps of the dumbbell bench press using 70-pound dumbbells. Then for set 2, you will perform 10 reps with 75-pound dumbbells, 8 reps with 85s, and 6 reps with 100s. This works great for both muscle fiber types, but if you have a higher ratio of fast twitch muscle fibers, you may expect to see more results from pyramid sets. Next up is drop sets, or as I like to call them, burn sets, because if you do them right, they burn like crazy and you get that deep muscle burn that we all love. And to perform a drop set, you are basically going to set yourself up so that you can complete a single exercise with 2 to 3 non-stop sets. For example, if you were to perform a dumbbell bench press, you would set yourself up so that you have 2 to 3 pairs of dumbbells ready to go at your side. Once ready, grab the heaviest dumbbells you can handle and complete 8 to 10 repetitions. As soon as you finish, drop the weight as much as you need to in order to immediately complete another set of 8 to 10 reps, and then repeat this one more time to finish one set. For most people, the drop in weight is usually around 15 to 20 pounds. And as soon as you finish, you're going to rest for 90 seconds and then complete 2 to 3 more sets. If you have a high ratio of slow twitch muscle fibers like me, you will see amazing benefits from this type of training technique. And this is actually the basis for my newest Summer Shred 12-week program. And I'll put a link in the info section below for those of you who want to give it a shot. Now let's talk about FST7, which stands for Faster Stretch Training. It was created by Hani Rambod, and if you do it right, it can substantially change both the size and shape of your muscles no matter what ratio of muscle fibers you have. And this is because this type of training combines high intensity and volume into one type of training to promote massive growth and give your muscle bellies that roundness everyone wants. But this isn't something you should be doing all the time. Even Hani recommends that you should only use this on 1 to 2 body parts a week, and after 3 to 4 weeks, switch to 1 to 2 other body parts. But this is only if you are already training at a high intensity. If you are a beginner or inconsistent with your training, only use this for 1 body part a week. A sample workout for training chest with FST7 would look something like this. For the F portion, we're going to use a compound lift, the reverse barbell bench press, and perform 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, resting only 60 to 90 seconds between sets. For the S portion, we're going to use an isolation movement, the dumbbell chest fly, to focus on training the chest in a stretched position for 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, resting only 60 to 90 seconds between sets. For the T portion, we're going to use a compound lift, the dumbbell chest press, and complete 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, resting only 60 to 90 seconds between sets. And for the final portion, which is the 7 portion, we're going to use an isolation exercise, the incline dumbbell fly, and complete 7 sets of 8 to 12 reps, but this time we're only resting 30 to 45 seconds between sets. Now remember guys, this type of training is meant to be extremely intense, so make sure you are eating properly, drinking lots of water throughout the day and during the workout, and possibly even supplementing with some BCAAs and glutamine to handle the sheer intensity of the training. The third tip is reduce your rest periods between sets. Now this is something that most of us can feel guilty of. You are at the gym and someone comes and talks to you, your phone rings or your mind starts wandering around thinking about everything other than the next set. And believe it or not, you can see immediate growth with your current routine just by cutting down your rest periods. Shorter rest periods activates the muscle growth mechanism metabolic stress, which is accompanied by the pump feeling and an increased surge of muscle building hormones. And what I want you to do the next time you go to the gym is bring a stopwatch or use the one on your phone. The very second you finish your set, I want you to start your stopwatch to being your 60-second rest period. As soon as your phone reaches 50 seconds, get into position so that you can begin your next set as soon as your timer hits 60. And this is very important, guys. That number 60 is going to act like a go trigger in your brain to start the exercise. So don't wait until the stopwatch says 60 to get into position. Get into position at 50 seconds and get ready to start your exercise as soon as it hits 60 seconds. Next up is focus on improving your mind-muscle connection. Now, you guys would be surprised at how many people exercise without really feeling the muscles being worked, and this is made very apparent when you see people using too much weight and lots of momentum when they train. I hate to say it, but for a lot of people, the only thing that is holding back their muscle growth is their ego. Also, a lot of the times when you lift with momentum, usually what happens is that supporting muscles that are stronger tend to take over the exercise and severely impact the muscle activation on the area that you're trying to train. If you think this might be you, I want you just to let go of your ego, drop your weights, and start performing your reps with a much slower tempo so that you can basically reteach your muscles how to contract properly during every exercise. For example, if you are doing a barbell curl, I want you to count 1 second during the concentric part, the hold, and the eccentric portion of every single repetition during your sets. This will help you learn to focus on contracting and feeling every muscle fiber of the muscles being worked. And you have to master this to make sure you're getting the most out of your workouts. Number 5 is a very simple tip in order to help muscle growth, and it's to eat more food. Now guys, there is no such thing as a hard gainer. If you claim to have tried everything and are still not growing, then the solution to your problem is very simple. You are not eating enough food. Period. I feel that because there are so many different ways to train that oftentimes people just get overwhelmed and confused, and if they see no growth, they automatically think their problem is their routine. But at the end of the day, the majority of these people are not tracking their macros, and even though they say that they eat everything in sight, they really have no clue what's going on with their daily macros, and 99% of the time, they're usually 500 to 1,000 calories short of what they should be eating to see growth. So, if this sounds like you, I have an amazing article on my website that even comes complete with a video that shows you exactly how to figure out how much protein, carbs, and fat you should be eating a day tailored to your body. I will post a link below so you guys can check it out. Now, the 6th tip is a bit different, and what it is you might need to go see a chiropractor. Now, if you've been watching this video and up to this point you have been getting frustrated because you've basically applied reasons 1 through 5 and are still having issues with growing a lagging body part, you could have a legit issue such as a subluxation of a vertebrae that innervates the muscles you're trying to grow. And what that means in simple terms is that you could have a misalignment in your spine that is pinching the nerves that are sending signals to your muscles, not allowing them to be 100% engaged during weight training. Now, if that is the case, you should think about seeing a chiropractor because this is something that they can pretty much quite easily fix, and you should notice a difference in your training almost immediately. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that after watching you have a better understanding of what it takes to build muscle and see results. With so many YouTube idiots out there telling you to just eat and lift more and eat more, when you ask them why you're having a hard time seeing growth, I can understand why a lot of you might be getting frustrated when you're not seeing results. Growing muscle isn't as complicated as a lot of people make it out to be. It comes down to training hard and calories in versus calories out. And obviously, you need to have a decent training program as well. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys. Peace.